guys? Tim Uchuk here with Simplify to Multiply. It is a beautiful spring morning. I haven't seen one of these in many, many months. I got to go for a nice run here without wearing 18 layers, so good start to the day so far. So I just wanted to talk a little bit. I was thinking this morning during my run about kind of the idea of the customer experience. And if you've ever been to Four Seasons, and this is on my mind because this week I'm doing process mapping for a business, and a lot of people everybody's got, I think, for the most part, the best intentions, but I think a lot of people kind of miss the why when it comes to, like, process mapping is not sexy. I'll admit that, but the end result is actually quite sexy. Like, if you think about the Four Seasons, they have a system that is reliability. Like, every time, everywhere you go, every Four Seasons that you visit, you're going to get the exact same experience. And same with Disney. These guys have systematized the ideal walkthrough and experience from the customer's point of view. And you have to think, like, what is the importance, what's the ROI as a business owner or a business leader for having strong processes in place? Well, first of all, it's kind of a silly question, but do you want to be the best in your industry? Probably. Do you want to have the ability to serve your best customer at the highest level? Probably. Probably because that's going to secure your margins in the long run. I mean, those of us that are selling, like, physical products, those are getting commoditized every single day. And if you look ironically at one of the companies that is helping to commoditize everything, Jeff Bezos with Amazon, I mean, their purpose and mission is to be the most customer-centric business on the planet. And if you think about that within your industry, let's say that you want to be one of the most customer-centric businesses in the niche that you're in, well, I would start by thinking about, like, what is the ideal experience that our customers want, so that it just and make it repeatable and reliable, so they keep wanting to come back to us. I mean, I would imagine that any business out there would share this goal. So if we can start with that, let's look at I love this airplane analogy when they're going through the walkthrough of how to buckle up your seatbelts, and how to put on the oxygen mask. Because what's the first thing they tell you when the oxygen masks drop? They tell you, if you have a young one, to put the oxygen mask on yourself first, so that you can be healthy and alive to keep your kids healthy and alive. So take care of yourself first, and the same idea holds true for your business. If you're not healthy on the inside, how in the heck can you hope to serve or have the ability to serve your customer at the highest level? And so if you look at, again, I'll go back to the Deming Quote, if you can't describe what you're doing as a process, then you don't understand what you're doing. So how can you get repeatability if you don't have some standard to work from? So just to get that kind of consensus, that's usually where I start, just to have everyone understand, like, why are we doing process mapping? It's boring, and drawing all these branches, like, I don't get it. What's the point of all this kind of stuff? That's the point. You want to be healthy. Otherwise, if you can't be a healthy business, then you don't have a hope in being number one or having the ability to serve your customers at the highest level, reliably and in a repeatable way. So that's the first part. And again, I really want to make a point of sharing this with as many business owners as I can, because we really, really, really do overcomplicate this whole the whole idea of establishing your processes. But it's really, again, we break it down. It's really, and this is universal for every business, but you have a before, you have a during, and you have an after. And in the before, that's everything that happens before the customer purchases, and then they purchase, and then the during is the delivery of what they purchased, and then the after is maybe there's some follow-up. Hopefully you want them to come back for more at some point in the future. every business has these. So defining what you do and how you do it, I mean, even at the most basic level, so that you can have a place to improve from. That is the first thing that I kind of impress upon businesses when we take a look at their processes. But understanding the why, I think everywhere in life is really really key. And then you don't need to overcomplicate things too. Like let's say you do your first pass through your business, you're not putting a man on Mars. What are some low hanging fruits that can help you get some flow through your processes? Um, so like for example, if you're in brick and mortar, like is there a work order? Like if you're in the services business, or is there some sort of a document or arrangement or agreement that is the basis for that whole transaction? If that's the starting point, I would use that as kind of the first baton to trigger that whole kind of experience. Um, so that's just I wanted to run that past you, just the idea of the Four Seasons experience and the importance of, if you aspire to be great in the niche that you're serving, really really important, I think, to get yourself healthy first. And the same thing applies obviously for us humans. That's why I'm waking up early and I'm putting butter in my coffee and I'm going for long runs in the mornings. So I hope that analogy is helpful for you guys. Again, I'm going to be making the tool and process available that we use and that I use for any business, and it really applies to any business, no matter how big, how small, whichever industry. So hope that helps, guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Hope you have a great day.